We have talked about adding decimals and subtracting decimals, place value and rounding decimals. Since we're nearing the end of our topic in our chapter 2, we're going to be working today, which is topic 2.6, on adding and subtracting decimals. So before we even get started, I want to go over what I'm expecting from you guys when we're doing this lesson. Like always, I want you guys to try your hardest, okay? When we have people talking, whether it's me or one of our classmates, be an active listener. Listen to what they have to say. We talked earlier today about tracking your speaker. It's easier on Zoom than it is in a normal classroom. So if someone's talking or sharing their thoughts and ideas, make sure you're present and knowing who's talking. If you have any questions, make sure to raise your hand and ask them. I don't want any kind of confusion. Like I said, we got our topic test coming up. So now is the time to ask any questions and clarify so that there's no confusion when it comes to the actual test. We're going to respect our classmates and me and Ms. Hasselbar. That goes hand in hand with being an active listener. And then we're treating our online classroom like it's our regular classroom. Just because we're online, I still need you guys focusing and paying attention to what it is that we're doing. And just because we're online or we're in the comfort of our own home doesn't mean that you guys can be fooling around or hiding behind a black screen. This is our time to learn, and I want to make sure that you guys are taking advantage of it. So I just want to recap about what we've already been working on. We've done lots of work with decimals already. Our last 2 chapters have been all about decimals and place value. We've talked about place value with whole numbers and in decimals. We've talked about rounding decimals. A lot of that goes hand in hand with place value. Knowing the place value makes it much easier for you to know how to round up or round down when you need to. We've used base 10 blocks to help us add and subtract. So we've used models and different kinds of resources so that we can accurately get our answers. But we've also used a standard algorithm to add and subtract. And that's what we did yesterday and on Thursday, just lining up the decimal, bringing it down, and then we're filling out our answer. But before we get to our new content today, I want to go over our place value here. I have a couple blocked out. Can I have somebody raise their hand? Tell me, what place value are we looking at with the 3 here? Jacoby?
We're looking at the hundreds place value.
Yeah, so you can drag this away. Oh, can I? Why is it not letting me edit? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, we dragged it away. Jacoby, I really like the emphasis you put on hundreds. Not, oh, spoilers. Talking about hundreds. When we're working on decimals, we have the THS at the end. So you can distinguish whether we're working with whole numbers or decimals. So Jacoby was right on there. What if we're looking at the 4 after the decimal point? What would our place value be there, Angel?
The ones.
If our decimal's here, we already have our ones, which is to the left of the decimal. We're looking.
Tenths.
Say it again.
Tenths.
Tenths. Let's drag it away. Let's see. You're spot on. First point after the first place value after the decimal is your tenths. So we got one more. I want everybody to unmute. Tell me what place value our 7 is in here. Everybody unmute and tell me. Hundredths. Good. So having the language down, talking about place value is very important. We've talked about that a lot already, but we're going to continue to talk about it, and it's going to help us as we continue to progress through decimals. So what we're doing today, we're continuing to look at adding and subtracting decimals. It's an extension of what we have already started to build. You can use our base 10 blocks if that's what's more comfortable for you. If it's better for you to visualize it. You can use standard algorithm, which is what we've been doing the last couple days, or any other strategy that we have implemented that you find the most useful. So what I'm doing today, what to expect when it comes to this lesson, we have our whole group instruction when we're all working together. We're doing our breakout rooms again, where you're going to be working on a problem by yourself, problem in duos, and then you're all coming together in a group of 4 to solve a final problem. Then we're going to do a wrap up and review where we talk about all that we discussed already, and then we're going to get into some independent practice. Then if you need the base 10 blocks, all I need you to do is click here, gives you a link. You can pull up our online resource that we've used, if that is what you would like to use today. So, adding and subtracting decimals. How is it done? I know a lot of you guys know this already, but I just want to go over it as we continue to practice. So we're looking here. We have 34 and 567 thousandths plus 65 and 371 thousandths. The first step you need to do, stack your decimal. Then you're going to put placeholder zeros. In this problem here, do we need a placeholder zero? Thumb up or thumb down? Jack, why do we not need a placeholder zero?
Because all of the decimals are lined up and they're all they all go to the thousands place.
Yeah, exactly. So it goes to the thousandths place. Like Jack said, the place values line up, so then we can just add straight down. 7 plus 1 is 8. 6 plus 7 is 13. So our 3 is going to go here, and we're going to take the 1 up top, and we're adding down, and we have our final answer ends up being 99 and 938 thousandths. But I want to do one together, okay? I actually have a whiteboard behind me. We're doing this problem to the right side of the screen. So if I write it, let's see here. I have 74 and 3/10 plus, oh, it's backwards. Oh no. Let me flip.
Right now it's not to us on Zoom.
You guys can see it okay? It's just flipped on my screen?
Yeah, it's not backwards.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So we have 74.3 plus 12.91. What's the first thing we need to do? Phoebe, what do we need to do?
Line up the decimals.
Okay, so let's line it up. So this is our problem, I'm gonna put it in a box. We're gonna line up 74.3. Phoebe says we need to line up the decimal. So I'm gonna put our decimal first. Make it big so you guys can see. We have our whole number, which is 12, plus 91. But we have an issue. Does our place value line up? There's a little bit of a glare. Let me close my blind. Do we have an issue? Do we need to add any placeholder zeros for this?
Yes.
Who said yes?
Shane.
Shane, how do you know we need to add a placeholder zero, and where are we going to put it?
You're gonna put it. The reason why you know is because 12.91 has a hundredths, and 74.3 only has 10.
Okay, so where am I going to put the zero?
On the 74.3 left.
Yeah, so I'm going to add my placeholder zero. I'll do it in a different color so you guys can see, just so that it's easier for us to line it up. Then what do we do, Ryder? What's our next step? What do we got to do next? Now that we've added our placeholder zero, what are we doing?
Now now you have to add the digits that are on top of each other. So you would add the 0 and the 1, the 3 and the 9, the 4 and the 2, and the 7 and the 1. And if one of them goes over 10, you would add one to the one to the left's product. So if that 0 was a 9, the product for that would be a 0, and then the 3 plus 9 would turn into a 4 plus 9.
Exactly. So we're going to just, like Ryder said, add up like normal. So we have 0 plus 1 is 1. 3 plus 9. This is exactly what Ryder was talking about. It goes over 10. So we're going to put our one digit here. So we have 2. Bring up the other 1. 1 plus 4 plus 2 is what? What's
6? 7.
7.
Simple math.
And then we have 7 plus 1 is 8. So I have 8, 7, 2, 1. Where does my decimal go, Sophia Lococo?
It goes after the 2.
After the 2 here?
No.
Where are we putting it?
In front of it.
In front of it. So as you can see, I'm going to draw my line. Just drop down the decimal to our final answer. So everything lines up. So we have 74 and 3/10 plus 12.93 equals 87 and 21/100. So good job with that. I want now, we're going to get into breakout rooms. Okay? I'm going to go over how we're going to do this. We're going to be in groups of 4. Everybody is going to be in a breakout room. You're going to have your collaborate slide deck open. You guys should have it already. If you do not have it open, you can click the breakout room, and it gives you a link to the slides. Okay? When we get in there, everybody is going to pick their own color. You're going to do your own problem. So we're going to have one person be blue, one person be yellow, one person be green, one person be red. You do your own problem first. Then student 1 who is blue and student 2 who is yellow, you guys are going to come together and work in the middle on your problem. Student 3 and student 4 are going to come together and work on your problem. And once the 2 duos have their answers, all 4 of you are going to come together and get a final answer. Okay, are there any questions when it comes to this? No? Okay. Everybody should be on the collaborate. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 23 right now, so not all of us are there. I need everybody here.
Mr. Willis,
Yeah.
Don't you mean number 1 and number 2?
Say that again?
Don't you mean number 1 and number 2, and then number 3, number 4?
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to put you guys in breakout rooms. I'm going to be bouncing around, checking in on you guys, okay? I'm going to give you, how much time do we think we need for this?
10 minutes. 15? 15.
I'm hearing 10, 15. We'll start with 10. We'll see how we're going, okay? Join your breakout rooms. You guys should all be leaving me now.
Mr. Willis,
Yeah.
I can't get into the breakout rooms.
You should be in. Did you come in late?
No.
Okay. I am putting you in breakout room 2, Javin.
I can't get in the breakout room either.
Remember, your breakout room is at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, I don't have a breakout room.
I think she came in late as well. Abby, you're going to breakout room.
I got downstairs actually. Like I was trying to fix my screen and
Okay.
accidentally found myself.
Abby, you're going to go into breakout room 3. You're going to go into breakout room 3. Audrielle, why didn't you leave?
She came in late.
You came in late. Let's see here. I want Adriel, you're going to go. I'm going to move you to room 6 since we have an uneven number because you guys came in late today.
Okay.
How are we doing, guys? You guys know what we're doing here?
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just get you guys situated off to the side. Who is the yellow box? Is that you, Brandon?
Yeah.
Be sure to put your name because I'm going to go through afterwards and check on everybody's work. Sydney, I like that strategy. That's not something that I've seen from a lot of people. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Kalia, what strategy are you using?
I was just doing the adding on my paper.
On your whiteboard?
Yeah, my whiteboard.
Gotcha. So Alexandru and Brandon, you guys are going to be adding yours together. Sydney and Kalia, you guys are adding yours together. But then pay attention to the what I need you guys to do for the final problem. Pay attention to whether we're adding or subtracting because I don't want there to be any confusion. All right?
Okay. Okay.
All right, good work, guys.
Thank you.
Kalia.
What room were you in, dear? What room has 3? I think she was in breakout room. Oh.
She's missing.
Well, she's still in breakout room 1 for me. I'll join that room and see if she's in there.
Sounds good.
.05 minus 4.711, and I'll do it, and then we'll see if we got the same answer.
I like the collaboration, Alexandra. You're doing good. Keep it going, guys. How are we doing? Are we doing better here?
I don't think Jevin can hear us. I gave him the link to get onto the math thing in the chat, but
okay. Daniel and Nicholas, I want you guys to put your equation in the middle, not just the answer.
okay. We already did it.
I see your answer. I don't see the equation in the middle. And then if Javin's choosing not to participate, then somebody, I need you doing your red square, Javin. I'll be back to check on you guys. I'm going to go see the other rooms.
Right answer, 8.428. I got 5. Did you add or subtract? I added. I got 53.28. Where'd you get the 53? I'm not sure. Bruh.
What's the issue here, guys? What are we working on?
Me and Sophia got 2 different answers.
For which one?
I got it. I got it. You got it?
You guys figured it out?
I asked how you did it. Okay, so you wrote it on a.
Make sure you guys are putting your equation in the middle, like Alex McCormick and Abby did.
Okay. Do you have to delete the player 1, player 2, or can we still put it like that?
No, I want to see player 3's answer plus player 4 answer equals your guys' combined answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good work, guys. Few more minutes. Keep going.
Okay, let's just delete. We'll just delete that for a bit. Yours has to be higher than ours, so.
How are we doing, guys?
We're doing pretty good.
Good?
Yeah.
What strategies are we using?
It seemed like Bennett, it looks like he tried to line, looks like I think Bennett tried to line his up. I did it on this.
What group are you guys in?
4. Breakout room.
Okay. See that.
Wait.
For some reason, you guys are on slide 5, but that's okay.
Oh, no.
Just keep working. When you get the final answer, sit tight. We're going to give everybody a chance to finish up. So you guys keep going.
What are we supposed to do when we're done?
You guys are done?
Huh?
Yes. What? Breakout room 5, let's see. Vera was number 3.
I was number 4.
Number 4. I want you guys to go back, double check everybody else's work. Okay? So Maddie, check Vera's. Phoebe, check Daisy's. Daisy's, check Maddie's. Everybody should be checking each other's work just to double check and ensure that you guys have the right answer.
Okay.
All right, just a few more minutes. You guys are crushing it.
Slide 5.
Don't worry about it. You guys already have your answer.
Somebody's on our slide. No, we're on somebody else's slide.
Yeah, you guys made a mistake, but it's fine. We're still going to push through it.
Okay.
How are we doing in here?
Good. We're finding a way to do it since there's 5 people in our group.
Yeah, there is an uneven number. I didn't know that we were getting some people late, but that's okay.
Yeah.
When you guys are done, how close are you guys to finishing?
We're just putting in the answer to the final problem.
Okay. I'm going to give everybody a few more minutes to finish up. Just double check everybody else's answer. So Kayla, make sure Julian's right. Julian, make sure Jacoby's right. All right. I want you guys to make sure that you guys got everything in line. I'm going to go pop into the last couple of rooms.
Yeah, I got the.
How are we doing in here, guys?
Pretty good. We came up with the final answer, but we're just double checking to see if it's right.
Perfect. That's exactly what I want from you guys. What strategy do we use?
We used well, I don't know about what they used, but what I used is like taking other's numbers to make other numbers bigger, like kind of like regrouping.
Okay. You just added it up like normal, like on your whiteboard?
No, except it says group 1 minus group 2, so it's not adding.
Exactly, yeah. So just make sure you guys are keeping track of that. When you guys, for the middle, where it says player 1 plus player 2 equals your answer, put the whole equation. So Ashton, you're going to put your answer plus Ryder's answer equals 12.016, okay? We got like 2 more minutes. What's up, Phoebe? You called me.
We already finished checking each other.
Okay, you finished checking each other. I'm going to close everything out, and I'm going to give everybody one more minute to work. Just hang tight. All right? Okay. Looks like everybody's crushing it today. Oh, muted. Everybody's crushing it today, so I'm going to close the rooms now. They should all be coming back.
I love when they fly back.
How'd we do today? How are we feeling about this? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Well, Maddie's giving me 2 thumbs up. Vera's giving me 2 thumbs up. Jack's only giving me 1.
Some disagreements. Yeah.
Who had some disagreements?
So, me, Sophia, and I don't know. We think that it's 12.006, but I think it's 12.016.
Well, then we're going to cross-reference. We're going to check with everybody else, and we're going to talk about it just like we did yesterday. I want everybody to we're going to have everybody participating here. So I got everybody back. I'm going to share my screen so that we can go over it together. So I'm going to take the last slide since no one used it. We have 4.876 plus 2.429. Someone who was blue, tell me what they got for that. Maddie, what'd you get for your individual answer?
I got 7.305.
7.305. Do our other blue squares agree with that? Who else was a blue square?
I was.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Does anybody disagree that was a blue square? Thought I saw Bennett shaking his head. Bennett, were you a blue square?
I disagree.
Okay, well, what'd you get?
I disagree. I got a different one. I got 7.295.
Well, then it looks like we're going to have to do it on the board, which is no problem. Let me move this over. We have 876 plus 2.429. You need no placeholder, so we're going to just be adding straight down. So I got 5. 1 plus 7 plus 2 is 10. 1 plus 8 plus 4 is 3. Or is 13, sorry. So we have 1 plus 4, which is 5, plus 2 is 7. 7.305. Maddie, you crushed it. Good job. Yellow squares. We had 8.423 minus 3.712. Can somebody who was the yellow square share with me what you got? Daisy J, what did you get?
4.711.
4.711. Do we agree with Daisy J? Is that what we got? Vera's giving me a thumbs up.
Yes.
Jacoby's giving me a thumbs up. Heard someone say yes. Good job, Daisy. We got green square, 7 and 633 thousandths minus 4.184. What green square would like to share their answer? Phoebe, what'd you get?
I got 3.449.
3.449? Do we agree? 3.449? Jacoby's giving me 2 thumbs up. Jack's giving me a thumbs up. All right, and then we got our red square, 2.661 plus 2.318. Vera, I see how excited you are. Share me your answer, friend.
I got 4.979.
4.97 what?
9.
9. Red squares, is that what we got?
Yes.
So I'm hearing a lot of agreement. Okay, so let's look together then for our group 1 when we're working in duos here. What's our equation going to be? Kayla, what's our equation going to be for group 1? Kayla? No, Kayla? Sydney, what's our equation going to be for group 1? You're muted.
Sorry. For group 1, our equation would be 7.305 plus 4.711.
And what is our answer? What did your group get?
They got 12.016.
Is that what all the other groups got? Did we get 12.016? Or is there
right.
That's what you got? Yes, no?
We didn't get that because we had a disagreement and they thought that it was 12.006. It was because Bennett
There was a mistake with one of the
Yes.
individual problems. That's okay. That's why we're going over it together, just so that there's no confusion. But the other groups that didn't have any discrepancies, did we get 12.016? Thumb up or thumb down? Maddie's nodding her head yes. Okay, good. Who wants to give me group 2's equation? Daisy J, what's group 2's equation?
It would be 3.4449
Okay.
plus 4.979.
979. And then what did your group get for this equation, Daisy J? What was your answer for this?
8.428.
Is that what everybody else got? 8.428? Are you agreeing, Ryder? I see you bobbing your head. Phoebe's giving me a thumbs up. Okay, good. So let's put it all together. Our final equation. We're taking group 1 and we're subtracting group 2. So we have 12.016 minus 8.428 equals. What is our final answer? Someone I haven't heard from yet. Vera, I see you there. Jacoby, give it to me. What's our final answer?
Final answer B. 3.588.
Let me click back into it. 3.588. Go into participants. If you agree, put a thumbs up. If you disagree, put a thumbs down. I should have 29 thumbs ups or thumbs downs or check marks. Those work too. Okay, I'm seeing a lot Ruby, okay, Ruby agrees now. Okay, well done, guys.
It's
okay. I saw a lot of good collaboration. Well done with that today, guys. Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen just for a second. We're going to go back to our slides. I'll share my screen with the slides. So we did our breakout rooms. We have practice. We're going to do 1 and 2 together right now. And then 3 through 10 you guys are going to do once we get off of Zoom. Because 1 and 2 are more talking about things in a discussion rather than the actual adding or subtracting of decimals. So I want you guys to think about this.
Mr. Willis?
Yes.
My iPad only has 1%.
Go try and plug it in real quick.
But it didn't plug in well.
Okay, go try and plug it in. See if you can get back on before it does.
Yeah, I haven't plugged it in now.
Okay. So number 1, how are adding and subtracting decimals similar to and different from adding and subtracting whole numbers? So let's start with how they're similar. How are adding and subtracting decimals similar to adding and subtracting whole numbers? Who's got an idea? Anybody? I'm seeing a lot of blank faces. Jack, how are they similar?
They're similar because you're both you can minus them, you can plus them, you can times them, and then but you can they're also all numbers basically, and they also have like the 10th place is the highest of them, and it's like a kind of like, it can be 100th, 1,000.
Okay,
kind of.
I hear what you're saying. So we add and subtract both. Place value is important. That might be something that we put when it comes to it being different. How about the way in which we solve equations? How are they similar when we're using whole numbers and when we're using decimals? If we're thinking about how we actually solve an equation, what are some of the strategies that we use that are the same? Anybody? Jack, I see you. I'm going to give somebody else a chance. Ruby keeps getting kicked. How about when we're adding or subtracting, when you line it up in standard algorithm, you add, let me click back in because I accepted Ruby, you add or you subtract straight down. That's something that's the most crucial part of using standard algorithm. When you guys saw our equations, you just go straight down. You could solve the same thing, or you could do it the same way if you weren't using decimals, just adding a comma and just adding straight down. It's the same way when you're using whole numbers versus when you're using decimals. How are they different though? Might be a little easier for you guys. I'm going to just move the text box up here so that we can have room. How are decimals and whole numbers different when we're solving for it? What do we need to do that's different? Phoebe, how is it different? Thank you.
They're different because you have to line up the place decimal.
When using decimals, you have to line up the decimal before you solve. That's the most crucial thing. Does anybody have anything else that they want to add about how it's different when using whole numbers and when we're using decimals? Don't have anybody wanting to share? Ruby, what do you have?
You get a different answer when you're adding it than subtracting.
Yeah, so when you're adding, your answer will change whether you add / subtract. Drag this out a little bit. Good thinking when it comes to that. Let's look at number 2. Describe how you know whether to add or subtract to solve a decimal problem. This one's easy, you guys. I should see 30 hands. How do you know whether you add or subtract?
Mr. Willis,
Yeah.
You wrote you instead of your.
Thank you. Let me see, who haven't I heard from? Ashton, what do you think? How would you put that into words?
I'd put that in you could probably say to first look at if it's like a subtraction symbol or a multiplication or something like that, or the decimal line.
Exactly.
And things like that.
Exactly. It's all you need to do. Look at the equation. This will show you whether you need to add or subtract or something else. We're not quite there yet. We're just looking at addition and subtraction. But yeah, being cognizant, looking at the equation before you solve. I know a lot of you guys get tripped up because you don't read the entire question before you do it. Just make sure you pay attention to the question. That'll help you decide whether you need to add or subtract when it comes to your equations. Okay, good work with 1 and 2. 3 through 10, you guys are going to be doing on your own. I'm going to be going through to check your understanding, see how well you guys are doing. But I want to go through the wrap up and reflection before we get out of here today. Got 3 questions for you guys. Number 1 is a 2-parter. What are some of the strategies you can use when you're adding and subtracting decimals? What are some of the things that we've looked at? What are some of the models or the strategies that we have used? Jacoby, give me one.
One of the models that we've been using is so we stack the numbers. That's one way of doing it, or we
Wait. Are you going to give me another one, or are you expanding on stacking the numbers? I only wanted one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, stack the numbers. This is also called standard algorithm. And that's just what you guys have been doing for years and years. It's where you line it up on top of each other, and then you either add or you subtract straight down. That's called standard algorithm. That's one way to do it. What's another way that we have focused on adding and subtracting decimals? Anybody shout it out? Anyone but Jacoby.
It's 10 blocks.
Who said that?
Kayla,
thank you. Base 10 blocks. Yeah. So if it's easier for you guys to visualize it when you're actually using the grids and the sticks and the ones, base 10 blocks can be very helpful when you're adding and subtracting decimals. Is there anything else that you guys want to add? Any other strategies that you can use? I know we didn't really necessarily talk about them, but if there's something that you do better than other people, if you have any ideas, shout them out. If not, we're going to move on. All right, no worries. Number 2. What is the most important thing to do when adding and subtracting decimals? Can you guys put it in chat for me? I should have it flying in. What is the most important thing? Don't shout it out.
No, but the chat's disabled.
Oh, chat's disabled. I'll fix it. Okay.
We send it to you or everybody?
Everybody, put it in the main chat. Seeing line them up. Line them up. Line what up? Be more specific. Kayla's got it. Daisy's got it. Angel's got it. She rephrased her thinking. The most important thing you can do when you're adding and subtracting decimals is line up the decimal point. Sashaya, you also put place value. Place value is very important as well. Knowing where you are with your numbers and having good number sense is equally as important. But when you're adding straight up and down, knowing where your decimal point is and being able to line it up makes it so that you will not mistakenly get the wrong answer. Our last question for today. We kind of already answered this. How is adding decimals similar to subtracting decimals? What things are the same when it comes to adding and subtracting? Anybody have any ideas?
It's the same thing. You're just reversing the strategy.
Okay. That's one way to look at it. Vera, what's your thinking?
You need to line up the numbers still.
Yep. Whether you're adding or subtracting, still line up. Line up the decimals. What else?
Mr. Willis?
Yes.
For some reason now, it just another meeting, like this meeting, just popped up on a tab on my computer.
Yeah, something happened where you got kicked out, but you didn't kick out. So there's like a phantom Kalia. So I assigned you to breakout room 3 again, but you were still there. So I think it just popped up now. Just ignore it. You're not joining that.
Okay.
So Vera said we still need to line up the decimals. We're still adding or subtracting. What about place value? Or not place value, placeholder zeros. Kayla?
You don't move them at all. You can still use placeholders. They still don't mean anything.
You can use placeholders. Anything else? How else are they the same? Thinking of one more. What's the last thing that we do when we use standard algorithm? What do you need to do at the very end?
Fill in the numbers at the bottom.
And then you what?
Point.
What do you do with the decimal?
Drop it down.
Drop down the decimal. So you're gonna work straight down and work straight down, drop down the decimal. Waiting for my computer to catch up. Drop down. Good. So, good job today, guys. Great job with the wrap up, with the reflection. You guys did an awesome job. Much better today with the breakout rooms. When I was joining the breakout rooms, I heard a lot of good collaboration, a lot of good teamwork there. Doing that only strengthens our community in the classroom, and it boosts everybody up when we are really good working with each other. Remember, tonight you have these problems to do on slide 7. My computer decides to show it. On slide 7, you're doing 3 through 10. You also have your practice buddy and you have your independent practice on realize that I want you to do. Once you guys do that, we're going to be going through, we're going to be checking to see how well you guys got this strategy down of adding and subtracting decimals. All right, good job today, guys. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'll pass it to Miss Hasselbar.
I'm taking